Hey guys, so in case you haven't quite guessed yet, I am here with the Back to the Future book tag. It was originally created by Getting Through Anxiety, um, and I decided to do this one because Back to the Future is my favorite movie ever, and has been my favorite since I was like 6 years old, and I believe I've talked about it probably a couple of times on this channel. So I figured now is the appropriate time to do it. Got a little time today. So let's start off with the questions. Alright, so first up, name a movie, book, and show that makes you want to go back in time when you were younger and enjoy it all over again. So book, I would honestly and obviously have to say, Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. I've reread most of the series several times, but nothing is quite like that first experience of um, just becoming a part of that world. So I would definitely love to experience that again. As far as show goes, maybe not like younger, but back when I was in college, I had the uh, experience of watching Aran High School Host Club with the Japanese and animation club at my culture and animation club at my school, um, all of whom ended up becoming my very dear friends, and that experience was just great because we made almost a whole week out of that experience, just watching the episodes and watching different funny animated videos and whatnot in between, and just like staying up half the night. So I would say I would love to have that again. As far as movies go, I think out of everything, probably Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. That was the first Indiana Jones movie I ever saw. Um, And the only other thing I'd seen with Harrison Ford in it up until that point had been Star Wars, and um, I just really loved that movie, and it kind of set off this admittedly short-lived obsession with wanting to be an archaeologist. But um, yeah, I would say I would love to watch that again because I had seen nothing like that movie up until that point. So. What is your favorite sci-fi and or fantasy book, show, or and movie? My favorite sci-fi book would probably have to be Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It is hilarious, and I don't really like sci-fi that takes itself too seriously, so that is pretty much my idea of perfect type of sci-fi. Um, for a show, I don't really watch sci-fi shows exactly, so I don't really have anything for that. Um, but movie, I would have to say Back to the Future. That's just hands down my favorite. What is a moment in a book that takes place in the past or future that you'd like to visit? I can't think of any particular moment, I guess. Um, but time travel book that I really enjoy is Outlander. I love Scotland, and I really want to visit it someday. And the idea of getting to see not only beautiful Scotland, but also a piece of their history would be amazing. What is a fictional store, cafe, etc. in a book, show, or movie that you would like to visit? I think out of any like store or cafe or anything that I would like to visit, I would probably most like to see the entirety of probably Diagon Alley from Harry Potter. Just because not only is there, different cool places to get treats like Fortescue's ice cream shop, but there is also um, the animal shop, the broomstick shop. There's all kinds of cool things to check out, and the bookstore. Like, can you imagine that bookstore and all of the crazy cool like books about magic and the enchanted books that are probably there? I mean, that would be that like but if I had to pick one particular thing, I guess it would be Flourish and Blotts, maybe, possibly. Let's see. Name an automobile or way of travel in a book, show, or movie that you would like to take for a ride. And what book, show, or movie is it from? For books, it would have to be a broomstick from Harry Potter. As far as show, there's not really any show that I can think of that does like cool ways of travel. I mean, I guess number 5 from Umbrella Academy can do like some kind of portal thing that he does. That's kind of cool, but you have to be really careful with that because it does not always end well. Um, and with the movie, oh, that one's kind of tough. But they're both from Back to the Future because hoverboards are freaking awesome. However, I have absolutely no balance whatsoever, and I can't even use a regular skateboard, so I can imagine a hoverboard would not end well. So in that case, it would have to be um, not the DeLorean, but the time travel steam engine. Okay, Doc's like time travel train. Fucking love trains. I would be all about that. That is the way to go. So it looks like one more question. It is favorite fictional scientist. Ooh, my favorite fictional scientist. Okay, so if we're going to be weird about the term scientist, because mine would either be Doc Brown, of course, from Back to the Future, or the Doctor from Doctor Who. Oh yeah, I guess that counts as a sci-fi show. I didn't think about that earlier. Oh, TARDIS. Jesus, what is wrong with me? I'm like the worst Whovian ever. But yeah, I guess if you were kind of to count him as a scientist, he's not really, but he kind of is, but he isn't. At the same time, he's like a time traveler and he does stuff, but he's also very smart and he does kind of sciencey things. So I guess if you're loose with the term scientist, he would also count, perhaps. Yeah. Okay. So let's see, that is the last question out of this tag. Hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna get back to reading, stuff like that. Hope you are having a fun day, even though it's kind of gray and yucky over here, but hope you're having a good time. I'm gonna make like a tree and get out of here.